Hey Google, turn the AC on. Oh, goodness. What's that? Hi. Shit. Hi. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start writing here. Actually, hold on for a second. I'm going to need to check something out. So, there we go. All right. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and get started because I have an idea.
Toff. Old man Toff.
This? Hey. Hey, that's a cool that's a cool emote or emoji. I like it. I've never seen it. I don't know if it's something that I have always had, but it's cool. Hi, how are you? Anna Clark. Oh crap! Did I leave myself on gaming? Oh no, I'm writing. Okay, cool. Ha. I can't remember whether I switched between gaming and writing. Sorry. Worth. Hey, Timmy! What's up, dude? Hey, I like the LO too. Hello, 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 hello. How was your day, Timmy? I know you had to wake up early, so I know you still tired too, huh? Oh, dude, I'm doing great. I am doing great. Just sitting here for a little bit, trying to get this idea for this new character. He's the old man who's in charge of the village. His name is Richter. He uses earth magic, and he has me pinned up right now. I'm not. I can still move, but he got me pinned up right now. So I'm just like we talking, and he's saying like, yeah, when something strange happens in the village, they call me. Yeah. He's a little old. He a little old man. He think Toph from Legend of Korra, like how Toph looks in Legend of Korra, and since he looked like that, I said fuck it, Earthbender, and I named him Richter. Richter. Ah shit. But yeah. Yeah, he could just like he could still like expand his magic to like it's like concrete. If you like break the concrete, you could just move out of it. But Richter can still like re-strengthen it shit too. So if I move out of it, he can put it back, but I'm still stronger than him, but right now I'm not doing anything about it. Like Richter scale. I didn't think like real shit. I was trying to take the word striker and make the word striker fit better. So I was like, all right, cool. Drop the S. What letters do we got? We got Richter. Okay, Richter. But then I thought about it for a second, like Earth magic, Richter. Shit, Richter scale. God damn it. So I said, fuck it. I'd already written the word. So yeah, I was like, all right, fuck it. As Richter. All right. On me. This. You are. We haven't seen it. Yes, like he can do like the Cementos type stuff, but real shit, he's old. He's like old, and he hasn't like done all of the like magic caretaker shit. He's just been concentrating on learning how to do better magic shit. Like, so he's like, all right, cool. He thought about shit, but he didn't really get the gains in. So he's still like kind of old and kind of frail, but he can still move. But he doesn't have to as much because here magic is basically just you. It flows where you send it, and the older you get, the stronger you are with the ability. The better you get with, the more time you have to practice making your magic do shit for you. And he's gotten to the point where he can control Earth just basically by being in the room. He can basically control all of the ground in the room because he can just like, all right, reach out with his magic. And he has like learned to just like coerce. Like he has learned to just basically like, all right, cool, I can influence any earth in the area with the smallest amount of like magic, just basically like using it over there. And he has a great store of it. So he's really, really strong. And he'd be a really tough opponent. He don't look it. So like Toph. Yeah, wait. Overhaul. Shit. No. That's Maria. Maria can do overhaul style shit. Where she can basically like once she touches you, she can reform shit in your she can reform the fat in your body. I kind of want to get somebody who can do bone shit like that too. Maybe one day when I want to like actually have somebody try to like heal my leg and like regrow the bones and shit. Somebody's like, "Hey, I can regrow your leg." Maybe one day. I don't know because I wanted to kind of like, all right, I really like the leg that I made, so I want to keep that. Yeah, yeah. Like somebody who can basically like, all right, cool. Is basically like the way Maria can control fat. Like I want to make other characters who concentrate on other shit. Like Maria concentrated on fat because it was the thing that she was touching them. She didn't want to get fat. She was a mob boss's daughter and she didn't want to get fat. So she concentrated on fat magic. And then it came in handy when she needed to fight because she was really fucking brutal and she could control fat in other people's bodies too, not just the fat in her body. So she's like, all right, cool. I do this. I hit the motherfucker and their heart explodes because you just pour fat into it. Yeah. That's why she killed she killed all the gang members in a city because they killed her dad. Yeah. Yeah. No, that is you're right about that. That can you're right about that. I'm not thinking about like Overhaul because Overhaul has like a bunch of different like his power is basically like anything he touches he can control, which wouldn't work in my thing because I need people to basically like learn how to concentrate and influence an element. Like you take your time and you try to figure out how you can influence this element to do what you need it to do, and it takes time to like get to where you can create the influence in that thing, and it has to be individualized. If I make it to where anybody who can touch anything, that character is just going to be Overhaul. He's going to be like Overhaul, and it's going to take somebody like me, like my character, to beat him. But I don't want it to be just something that my character can only beat. I want there to be situations where the main bad guy needs beaten, but if I wasn't there, the balance would still be balanced. It's just it would be a toss up who would win if I wasn't there. But if I am there, it's a guarantee that my side is gonna win. Like I don't want to like put yeah, basically you have to develop a level of familiarity with your element so that you know you can concentrate on it, because if you can't focus on getting it, like with Roger and his water, Roger had to basically get to the point where anytime he comes into contact with water, it's like constant, he has water on him constantly because he's damn near always standing in the water, standing in the river, has his hand is in it, but he's always almost connected to water. So he has the ability, so he's over time learned to basically like connect with the water so that he can move it as much as he wants to. And it takes a lot of time to basically get to a familiarity level with it. So yeah. Yeah, like that's what I want. Like I don't want I want my character to be the end of the fight, just like Saitama, but I don't want him to get lost in the like, oh yeah, everybody gets time. Like, no, everybody can win. Everybody can win this fight. If my character wasn't here, the fight wouldn't be a blowout. Like, I don't like shit like Seven Deadly Sins, where anytime the Seven Deadly Sins aren't involved in the fight, it's a blowout. The bad guys are just losing it. Like, it's ridiculous. Or like most shows, most scenarios where the main character isn't there, everybody else is screwed. Like fucking what is the new show, the new show, it's real good. I fucking love watching it, but when I stop and think about it, like, god damn, if you weren't there, everybody would just be fucked. Like shit, Solo Leveling. Yeah, Solo Leveling, because from step 2, like they have a gate, like in like see like shit. The red gate, from the red gate on, there's nobody else who could beat the shit that's in the gates that Sun Jin Woo goes in and beats. So yeah, like if he wasn't there, the entire world is screwed. Like they have that giant fight at the end of the thing, and it's like, all right, cool. They basically announced that there's really only one other person on the planet other than Sun Jin Woo who could beat the giants. And then the next thing you know, Sun Jin Woo makes that dude look like a bitch. So I'm like, oh. So now you basically established that anybody who can keep up with you is just like clearing every other human. So what happens when you decide you don't want to hang out with us no more? When you just don't want to help us no more? Are we just all screwed till you decide to start helping again? So yeah, I want my character to be like the strongest person, but he's not like, but the enemies that they're fighting aren't as strong as my character. And even if they are, there's still people who can like keep up. There's still enough people who are really fucking strong who can at least basically like help out to hold off and basically like keep things down. They're still winning fights that, like eventually, they have to encounter, they might have to help because they are going to lose a lot of they are going to have an issue where a small child, well, not a small child, a teenager brings back a whole bunch of a bunch of children that were about to be forced into the woods, and they are taken in by this little village. In this little village, all of the people, the little fuckers from the village that was about to send kids into the woods, they come and attack because, well, you took our kids. It's justification. They just wanted a reason to attack this village any fucking way. But now that all of these kids is over here and they is hiding out in your village, well, fuck, you need to give our kids back. The bunch of these kids was kidnapped from our village. We want you to give them back. Okay, let's talk to the kids and ask them if they want to go back with you. No, it's clear you've brainwashed those children, and we will not stand this for you to, like, yeah. So when that happens, they're going to have to go to fight. But I'm trying to decide, like, how, like, the little village is going to get attacked by the city, by the not city, not the city. They're going to get attacked by the other little village. Now that little village is going to attack, and that little village is going to get beat by the people in the city. They're going to do it. They're going to be a little bit stronger than they are now because they are being around me for a couple of years and are, like learning about like physics and shit. So thought about how nightmarish a cellular decay magic. Oh. Because somebody's going to have it. But not for the reason of trying to kill people. But there's going to be somebody who has a disposal magic. Because it's a little village. There's trash. So where does the trash go? Like, there's trash. There's dead animals. There's all of this shit. Where does that go? So I think who would that be though? Because you know how Roger, Maria, and Candace are the washer people. there would be somebody who was basically just the trash collector for the village too, and that trash collector would probably be somebody who had an ability that made it possible for them to dispose of trash. I was gonna use fire, but what you just said, that rot magic makes it sound so much better. No, no, he's gonna be no. If I make a rot magic user, I want to make him like what Shigaraki should have been if he wasn't like abandoned. Like Shigaraki, if he had been taught how to control his abilities, would have been a really good hero. He could just stand up straight. He could still be all itchy and ashy and shit because he got a fucking decay. He got decay. He's constantly decaying everything around him, but you know he's not actively hurting anybody. Yeah, I want to make like a good guy version of Shigaraki. Like, how could you make can you make Shigaraki's character into a good guy? Not necessarily his circumstance, not necessarily with the same circumstances, just the same abilities. Like, can you? Because in my story, like Rot would make a perfectly reasonable thing, because all you would really have to do is basically just go through and like just basically use magic to break apart bonds. But you wouldn't necessarily need to know how you were doing that. You could just basically go through and just use magic to use you could think about it as just like taking fire and running fire through it. Yeah. Okay. I think we would. I think it would be limited to organic matter just for a trash collector. Like a trash collector would look at like how to basically like in their like how to use heat to break down mm, stuff. Basically, it would be like an evolution of fire magic, because basically decay is just basically using heat to break down the bonds of shit that use the heat to break down the bonds of the shit that's there. Not 100% how that would work, but I'm not the decay user, so I'm not the rot user, so I can actually research how you would basically incorporate basically just using heat to increase the rot rate, and just basically figure out how to continue that chain reaction of using the heat to increase the rot to use basically to continue it. I'll figure it out eventually. But I got to figure out who that's going to be and when we introduce him. Because he'll be here. I like that idea now. I'm going to make my good guy Shigaraki. I'm trying to figure out if he's going to be I don't know. I don't know what I don't know when he'll get introduced, because I'm still trying to figure out how to answer these questions that he's about to have, because I'm going to attempt to lie and he's going to say no. He's going to catch me. As you came from deep in the forest, and you got shot by bullets. he really that serious? Is he really that serious? Yeah. I mean, he's old. The rot user, like Richter, is 70. And he's like the head of the village. Like, he's that guy. The rot user is probably going to be like 40. And he's still going to be like you know, young dad type dude. Or middle-aged dad. I guess middle-aged dad type dude. You know, him and his kid. And his kid's gonna be like a reverse rotter. He's gonna be able to like he's gonna be a farmer. And they're basically gonna use their abilities. Like, he breaks down, he rots stuff, and his kid uses the rotted material to basically incorporate that into the ground to basically be a good farmer. And that's how they basically recycle dead shit. That's why Maria constantly eating and having a bunch of leftovers, because they give them a big ass fucking thing ain't a problem, because they just basically recycle it real quick. We'll find that out meal 3. Yeah. Sword. Like, encouraging root growth. Like, encouraging root nutrient transmission. Like, yeah, mushrooms and shit. Like, yeah, no, he gonna have mushrooms too, but he's basically able to like influence roots on plants and shit to make them collect more nutrients, and that causes them to grow better. No, mushrooms are a wonderful food. I like them anyway. Fuck that. Oh, you don't like mushrooms, Timmy? Come on, man. Now, granted, you're right. It's a harder food to farm, because I got to, I can't put no mushrooms in my garden, and fuck around and make the wrong kind of mushrooms and then get really high. Is that serious? Well, yes. Yes. That is true. Most true. Yeah, like that, like real shit. Like, I think I don't think they have a corn, but they have peppers. Like, they don't have a corn, they have peppers, because they put peppers in everything. Like, so their primary shit is peppers. Right now, my character is gonna like, hey, can we get something that's not a fucking pepper? Yeah, Yeah, they use a lot of fucking peppers, and I go out and I'm like, hey, maybe we can go find some fucking vegetables that aren't peppers because I'm kind of not cool. Like I'm kind of getting heartburn here. Like my character, yes, like I said when we was eating it, everything is fucking spicy, and I can't handle the shit. Oh, you see, yeah. So like, but I'm American and Curtis is an American. So he got that pussy tongue that we got. So he's like, all right, man, everything is spicy as fuck. Can we get some like food that's not peppers? I'm constantly sweating. Everybody's just like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. It's like, man, I can't eat nothing around here. Can we get some food that's not peppers? Can y'all do me a favor? Cause I'm gonna have to start cooking my own. I'm gonna have to start like cooking with Candace to like. But she's gonna take it as an insult that I want to cook with her because dudes don't cook around here. So it's like, all right, well, shit. But can I help, please? Cause I really want to not. Cause I really want to breathe. And they ain't got no. They ain't got no like salt. Like salt is like rare here. Like they can get it out of like water and shit, but they got a freshwater river and shit, so they don't really have any access to salt. Well, my character, he can fly, so at a certain point he's gonna fucking fly to the ocean and basically like use water magic to gather up a big ass thing of water and break out all of the salt from it so that he can bring it back, just so that he can have seasonings that ain't spicy. No, like they don't really have, like they don't have abundance of salt. They don't have like salt mines and shit like that because they don't think they need it. Their food tastes just fine without salt. What the fuck I need salt for? And they don't have to worry about like preserving food either. So they don't use salt. They don't have salt for preserving food. They don't have salt for seasoning food because they don't really like the way that it tastes in small amounts because it doesn't really add anything in the amounts that they have to add it. But now that I can bring a fucking mountain of salt and just put it right there next to the village. Cause that's gonna be my first fucking thing. Like right when I find out, like, oh, y'all don't like. Right when I find out, like, why Candace cooks the way Candace cooks, and that, oh yeah, there's all these peppers in the village, but we don't really have access to any salt. And I have water magic now. I'm gonna go fly and get some fucking salt. So I'm gonna basically like in my head, I'm like in the character's head, he's just like, oh shit. Can you please add just a little bit of this? No, don't touch my cooking. No, don't touch my yes. 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 Dude. She is going to be really annoyed that I want to cook. And then I'm going to have to go off and decide and cook my own fucking chicken one goddamn time. Because they got these little green chickens, but they're not really chickens and they're pets. So when I find one like in the woods and shit, it's not somebody's pet, but it's not like a chicken. It just looks like a chicken, but it's kind of like an owl that is chicken shaped. So they live in the wild and shit, and they can fly. Like they could fly and they hunt, but they stupid and they look like chickens. So yeah, and they're smaller. They're like a football size. So they're not as big as a chicken. They're like that big. Not football, but like football, like American football. Yes, a dodo. That's the best way I can describe it. They're kind of like stupid, but they can fly, and people don't really eat them because they don't they don't have the best they don't blend well with spice. And they do work well with the stuff that because when I cook it, I know how to cook like gators and shit. Now I know how to cook damn near every reptile. I know how to cook just about every animals that you are allowed to cook. I don't know how to cook a panda. I don't know how to cook what the fuck is the other one? I don't know how to cook rhinos and giraffes and shit because I don't have access to those. But anything like that I have access to, like gators, snakes, squirrels, all that shit, I know how to cook it. So if I see an animal, yes. I've only done it once, but I can do it. Now, yeah, so like if I see an animal and I'm looking at it like, all right, cool, I got salt and spices now because then I'll be able to use some of the spices that they have because again, I can deal with a certain level of spice, but I need to have some flavor to it. I need to have some like goodness to it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm taking their like peppers and shit, and I'm like going inside. I'm like trying to figure out how farming magic, how the farmer uses this shit, so I can figure out how to remove some of the capsaicin and make a bell pepper. I'm trying to figure out how to make a bell pepper by removing some of the capsaicin from these fucking spicy ass chilies. And eventually I figure out like, all right, cool. I could just basically like breed the chili down to a non-bell pepper and then basically just use the plant magic to rotate it and fast track being able to grow some bell peppers. So I'm not spiced out of every meal, and then I start cooking my own food. But every time I eat other people's food, it's just so fucking spicy that I end up like Oh my goodness, that's gonna be my biggest problem area. That's gonna be the biggest thing that I have to solve in order to basically keep going forward. It's like I don't need to eat every day, but when I need to eat, I need to fucking eat. Like, so it's like, all right, well, if you don't need to eat every day, you could take a couple of days to figure out how to get to where the next time you do eat, you're not stuffing your face with the spiciest shit you've ever eaten and basically just sitting there having to sweat through it. You can just get some less spicy shit and deal with it. Or you could build up a tolerance. But my character is not going to be able to build up a tolerance. That's going to be, like you said, that's going to be his one weakness. He can't build up a tolerance to spice. Yes. Like, I have to go back because he's already had a meal here, and I'm gonna basically have to just go back and like, no. I'm gonna he's already described that the food is really spicy, and I'm gonna have it to where he doesn't say anything about it. But then when we go back, because right now the next chapter is gonna be told from Chris's perspective. And it's basically just gonna be like, all right, cool. Right before the meal, we sat down to eat, and like he was asking, "Hey, is the food okay? Everything smells really interesting," and I liked it. I was ready to eat, so I just so as soon as the Candace lady made me a plate, I sat down to eat it, and it was delicious. I tore through it, but I noticed that the Curtis guy couldn't, like, kept wiping his forehead kept wiping his forehead and tugging at it, kept wiping his forehead and shaking his face and trying to drink more and more water. So we asked, like, are you okay? And it's like, yes, I'm fine. But he seemed to have a whole lot of trouble breathing, and he didn't want to say anything because he's still me. Curtis is still me, and I don't give a fuck what the situation is. I ain't gonna let nobody think I'm no bitch. Yep. I ain't letting no little kid think I'm no bitch. I don't give a fuck no situation. If I see a little kid sitting there eating their food, if I'm seeing a little kid eat this food and I eat this food and it feel like my tongue about to jump out my face and start like stabbing me in the eye, shit. I'm still gonna eat that motherfucking food. I'm gonna eat every last motherfucking bite of this food on this plate, and then I'm gonna fucking pass out later and hope to God that the shits ain't that bad. Because ain't no way no little kid about to make me look like I don't know how to take no chili. So yeah, I'm gonna be told up. It's basically gonna be like he finished the plate, but he was kind of gasping, and he was just stuffing, and he like kind of dipped his chin into into the water pitcher and drank the rest of the water. So he said he was okay, but he seemed to be having trouble. And then all of a sudden, these two dudes show up, and I'm just, and he's just like, just breathing really hard and desperately trying to catch his breath. And then all of a sudden, these other two dudes show up, and then he's just like stoic again. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" Because yeah, you don't want to like he don't know who these dudes is, so he can't like he can't look hurt, he can't look vulnerable because he's still me. Yeah. Well, that is true. But really that interesting? When I was in the forest? Really that interesting? You're raising more questions. All right, now we get to do some fucking lore dump. Do you not know what is in the forest? I forgot. I gave him a name. Oh wait. How did I spell it? How did I spell it? Richter. Rikter. Okay. Yeah, Richter. Oh, no, not really. There was. There was a giant, it was a giant fiery monster. There was one giant fiery monster. How did I misspell fiery? Fuck. One giant fiery monster. But after that, nothing. Ah! Hey. What a big one. Quite a bit it seems.
Oh shit!
Ah! Okay. Isn't it fun how writing characters is like making your own toys and making them interact? And make them interact as something and sometimes fight each other. Like I have this unhealthy habit of wanting to pit new characters against old ones immediately after I've thought about them. Yeah, because I'm like, all right, cool. Oh, because right now I'm trying to think like, all right, well, the reason that okay, so I just named the Rocket Bull, and I'm trying to figure out if the Rocket Bull is either a Volton or an bull or or Oratine. Oratine. Volton or an Oratine. Volton or an Oratine. How did you years? Yeah, I can't figure out if it's going to be the Volton or the Orton. Ortine. So Ortine. And appears Damage. Here's your total damage. Oh, we didn't. With one leg. I hopped. If I ask Tim, what you do? What you do? That magic that trans. More questions. Shit. Sorry. Getting. And so how many legs did the thing you were attacked by have? 6. And course. Dictionary. Excellent. Really? You escaped. Out. Ran. You outran it. Yes. Yes. Questions. Shit. Keep saying that. You keep saying that. What does it mean? That I make mistakes. And I'm aware. Mistakes, and I am aware. Mistakes. I'm giving you reasons to not trust me. I'm really trying not to. Now, the easiest way to earn trust is to tell the truth. Yes. It's in color like that. What color was the chicken-like animal? Was it green? Yes. I'm trying to draw the rocket bowl, but I'm wondering what kind of obsidian color you want. Dark purple or black? Purple. Purple. Oh shit. Yes. Dude, that sounds so goddamn gas. Oh fuck. Oh, dude, have it to where it like sheens purple, like candy purple. You know how candy paint looks, where it's black when you look at it from certain angles, but then purple when you look at it from others. Yeah. Oh, dude, that sounds dope. Yeah, but the truth has caused a lot of problems before. Now? No. the truth. Okay. Where is he? We we mean I kill it. Chattering. Heat. All right. So now I got to do some lower dumping. I got to tell the story of what happened in this here forest here, and why everybody is so afraid, and why everybody is so shocked that he was in the forest in the first place. So I got to describe some monsters and some demons and some stuff. The outside ring is going to be where they found the green chickens, but like the outside edge of the forest is where they find like, good shit like big deers, big deers, the fat boars, the stuff that the stuff in the middle of the shit eats. And the prey animals are on the outskirts. The predator animals go further deep in, and nobody goes to the lake. But yeah. Oh no. Okay. Cool, but the boo. Oh. Hmm? Oh, crap. Okay. I have to go. I have to go and figure out what is. Yeah. I gotta yeah, I gotta lower dump on some beasts, but right now I gotta go and take care of something in the house. I'll be back later, but right now I'm not 100% sure that that is true. I'm gonna do everything I can to come back because I really want to do this fucking lower dump. I will see you guys later. Thank you for following, Anna. That was awesome. And Timmy, you are always awesome. And I thank you for coming back and keeping your streak going because apparently you are on a streak, dude. All right. Well, I will see you guys later. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming through. See you guys later. Always, Timmy. Always.